you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome back into another edition of Brightly's Virtual Tour Live. We just got done with our morning edition of the tour. This is a bonus tour continuing that morning edition of the tour. There were two destinations that we didn't get the chance to flesh out fully, and with me being a social media commentator, which if you don't know what that is, it is me commentating what's happening in the world socially through the power of media and talking about the media industry in the same token. And we were talking about Wilberforce University, which is the oldest HBCU in existence. It's founded in 1856 in Ohio, the state that I live in. And then, of course, we're talking about Ladonna Raeh, who is a powerhouse of a media giant in Chicago. She is, of course, a media personality, actress, producer, voiceover artist, and brand consultant through her firm, Raeh Consulting. So we're going to give both of these destinations the love, grace, and space that they deserve. So with that being said, let's get to it. Higher is waiting, lower is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Let me take down that iconic intro there. Yes, indeedy. Get myself adjusted. Oh, get older. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Once again, glad to have all you here in the building. Let's get back to these great stories here. Shout out to rollingout.com for both of these stories here. So with that being said, let me see something real quick here. Hang on 1 second, y'all. Just gotta see something. There we go. So yes, indeed there. All right, y'all, let's get to the gang and do what we do. I'm so excited for this bonus tour that we're about to go on together here. Here we go. Let me get this up. And here we go. Shout out to rollingout.com for both of these great stories. Like I said, shout out to rollingout.com celebrating 25 years on to the next 25 years here. Here we go. Meet the 167-year-old HBCU you've never heard of. America's oldest private Black university taught this nation what educated Black leadership looks like. Let's start with a confession. This might be your first time ever hearing the name Wilberforce University. Trust, once you do, you'll never forget. Founded in 1856, 5 years before the Civil War fired its first shot, Wilberforce University stands as the oldest private, historically Black university in the United States. I'm going to say that 2 more times. Wilberforce University stands as the oldest private, historically Black university in the United States. Wilberforce University, let me say that one more time for the one more time. Wilberforce University stands as the oldest private historically black university in the United States. So, um, oh, that's so nice. I just commented on a post and they liked it. I have a YouTube channel with 3,300 subs, and give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. See, this is what happens when you do the right thing by people. You know what I mean? When you do right by people, people will do right by you. But when you do wrong by people, people will do wrong by you. Right there. Any updates about this brand and franchise interviews on my channel. Just let me know, and much love to you all. That is for cast, crew, producers, will do on my channel. There we go. Sometimes, like I said, y'all, just being kind can go a long way. Just being kind can go a very, very, very long way. Shout out to the Friend Zone movie is on all black. Watch that and support for sure. All right, back to our destination here. I love being able to bring y'all good news for sure. All right, like I said, one more time for the one more time. Wilberforce University stands as the oldest private historically black university in the United States, not just a relic of history, but the birthplace of higher education leadership itself. Long before hashtags proclaimed black excellence, Wilberforce was already living it, breathing it, and building it from the ground up. A university born from defiance. I was about to say born out of defiance, but born from defiance. Picture it, America, 1856, slavery still legal, black literacy outlawed in most states, and yet amid such oppression, something audacious, or blackdacious rather, emerged in Ohio, or as we like to say, O-H-I-O. Yes, indeed. A university daring to believe that people of African descent not only could learn, but should lead. Wilberforce was named after British abolitionist William Wilberforce, a man who famously said, "We are too young to realize that certain things are impossible, so we will do them anyway." That spirit, equal parts faith and fire, became the university's heartbeat. Wilberforce was never simply about education. It was about freedom, about intellect as a form of rebellion. And rebellion it was. When the Civil War broke out in 1861, the school was forced to temporarily close. But let's be clear, Wilberforce didn't stop. It simply reset. In 1863, while slavery was still legal rather in much of the country, the African Methodist Episcopal AME Church purchased and reopened the university. That moment redefined ownership and autonomy. Wilberforce became one of the first institutions in America owned and operated by African Americans. Imagine the courage it took to establish a black-owned university in the middle of the nation's bloodiest conflict over race and freedom. While Confederate and Union armies clashed over whether black people deserved personhood, the AME Church was building an institution premised on black intellectual supremacy. That's not just educational history, that's revolutionary action. And this is a picture here of Wilberforce University right there. Bishop Payne's $10,000 gamble. Leading this next chapter was Bishop Daniel A. Payne, who broke yet another barrier as the first black college president in the United States. With just his six students and a $10,000 debt, Payne reopened the doors in 1863. His gamble would become foundational to a movement because where Wilberforce led, other HBCUs would follow. That's not inspirational mythology, that's infrastructure. Bishop Payne didn't just reopen a school, he established a blueprint for black educational autonomy that every HBCU that came after would build upon. When Morehouse was founded in 1867, when the Howard University opened in 1867, when Hampton started in 1868, they were walking paths Wilberforce had already cleared. Bishop Payne's model proved that black people could own, operate, and excel in higher education without outside oversight or validation. The $10,000 debt he carried wasn't just financial burden, it was investment in futures of most America. It was an investment in the futures. Let me go back. Let me put the reversal right back. The $10,000 debt he carried wasn't just a financial burden. It was an investment in the futures most of America believed shouldn't have existed. Those six students became the proof of concept that will eventually educate millions. The Athens of the West. Before emancipation, Wilberforce was already a sanctuary of intellect, culture, and community, a place where black families could exchange ideas, dream fiercely, and educate their children without fear. Its location near Dayton, Ohio, carried historical weight. The region was a major stop along the Underground Railroad. Freedom's dream literally ran beneath its feet. As a fun fact for you, there's a place called the Charles H. Wright African American History Museum in Detroit. That's because Detroit was the last stop on the Underground Railroad. Just a little fun fact for y'all. In those early days, the campus became known as the Athens of the West, a nod to its classical vision of enlightenment. Wilberforce wasn't just training future teachers and ministers, it was cultivating visionaries who would shape the moral and intellectual compass of a people still fighting for recognition in their own land. The classical reference was intentional. Athens represented the birthplace of Western philosophy, democracy, and intellectual pursuit. By claiming that mantle, Wilberforce declared that black intellectual tradition wasn't derivative, it was foundational. If ancient Athens produced Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, then the Athens of the West would produce its own philosophers, its own thinkers, its own revolutionary minds that would reshape American democracy. Even tragedy couldn't stop its stride. When a fire destroyed the main building in 1865, the New York Times ran with the headline, Wilberforce University destroyed by fire. The university simply built again. Resilience wasn't accidental, it was philosophical. Wilberforce understood that institutions built on the idea that black people deserve education will always face oppression, whether from slavery, fire, underfunding, or systematic neglect. The response was always the same: rebuild, recommit, and refuse to disappear, because that's the thing about Wilberforce. It doesn't fade, it evolves. The lineage of legends. Wilberforce alumni list reads like a roll call: trailblazers who refuse to play small. Bayard Rustin, the brilliant strategist behind the 1963 March on Washington, learned leadership principles at Wilberforce that will architect one of the history's most significant civil rights demonstrations. Dorothy Vaughan, the NASA mathematician whose calculations made American spaceflight possible and whose story inspired the film Hidden Figures, represents Wilberforce's commitment to cultivating scientific minds when America told black people they weren't capable of such work. And if you do not remember that Taraji P. Henson saying of why she can't go to the bathroom or the restroom, I need you to watch Hidden Figures today. That's your homework assignment. Y'all know this ain't school, university, or what have you. But if you haven't watched it, in all sincerity, please watch it. One of the best films ever made. Sincerely. Nanny Helen Burroughs, an educator and women's empowerment pioneer long before the phrase had hashtags, understood that black women's liberation required education, economic independence, and political power, lessons learned at Wilberforce. James H. McGee, Dane's first black mayor, carried Wilberforce's blueprint of civic leadership into City Hall, proving that an HBCU education translates directly into effective governance. April Woodard, award-winning journalist and media educator. Do you see that? Award-winning journalist and media educator. That's to Milagro Grams and Mob Media, everybody that's supporting her. Award-winning journalist and media educator came from the oldest HBCU in the United States, Wilberforce University, that was founded in 1850 motherfucking 6. Okay? All right. Continues that legacy in modern storytelling, ensuring the next generation understands how narrative shapes power. Even the mother of jazz legend Nancy Wilson. Wow. That Nancy Wilson from the Supreme Job called Wilberforce home. The influence of Wilberforce University isn't just historical, it's generational, woven through institutions, churches, media, and movements across the world. Dozens of pastors, civic leaders, and innovators shaping communities nationwide trace their foundation to Wilberforce's classrooms. That's not coincidence. That's infrastructure deliberately built to produce leaders. Producing black college presidents, Wilberforce produced some of the earliest black college presidents and educators, helping shape the foundation of HBCU leadership nationwide. When other institutions were figuring out how to educate black students, Wilberforce graduates were already running those institutions, setting high standards and establishing precedents that define what black higher education could and would accomplish. Bishop Payne's legacy extend far beyond Wilberforce's campus. His model of black educational leadership became the template every HBCU president who followed would inherit. A legacy of leadership that still stands. Wilberforce's greatest achievement isn't survival. I would beg to differ. For HBCU to be the oldest founded since 1856 and to be around 167 years, no, survival is an accomplishment. Okay, let's get that straight. But also, too, it's relevant. For 167 years, the university has been a quiet powerhouse, shaping the backbone of black intellectualism, the spirit of self-determination, and the principles of black leadership that has defined HBCUs nationwide today. Wilberforce stands not only as a monument to what was achieved, but as a call to what must continue. Its students, professors, and alumni represent an unbroken line of thinkers, creators, and community builders who understand that leadership, like liberation, is a lifelong pursuit. At a time when diversity is both celebrated and contested, Wilberforce University remains proof that the black pursuit of knowledge was never about inclusion. It was about agency. And the agency of owning your space to learn, forced inclusion to happen around the nation, around the world. Very, 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 very good. It was about defining ourselves rather than waiting to be defined. So that is Wilberforce University there. Of course, we will go to their website and give them that love as well here in just a little bit. This is a fantastic, fantastic story here. Here we go. Let me go back to this. There we go. Okay. Why this history matters now. The story of Wilberforce challenges narratives that black excellence is recent, that HBCU prominence is new, that our intellectual tradition is somehow borrowed rather than built. Wilberforce was producing mathematicians who would calculate space trajectories, strategists who would organize the March on Washington, civic leaders who would govern cities while America was still debating whether black people deserve basic human rights. When William Wilberforce said, "We are too young to realize that certain things are impossible, so we will do them anyway," he couldn't have known his name would grace an institution that embodied that philosophy for 167 years. The university named in his honor took impossibility as invitation, founding before the Civil War, surviving fire, operating under black ownership during slavery, producing leaders who shaped a nation that tried to deny their humanity. That's not inspirational musings. That's historical fact demanding recognition. The relevance isn't nostalgic. It's urgent. Every time America questions whether HBCUs are necessary, or still necessary, rather, Wilberforce's 167-year track record answers with receipts. Yes, institutions designed by and for Black people remain essential, not because segregation is desirable, but self-determination produces different outcomes as assimilation ever would. So yes, this might be your first time hearing about Wilberforce University's name, but trust, consider it your introduction to the institution that taught America what educated Black leadership looks like. Wilberforce didn't just make history; it wrote the syllabus. How cool of a story is that right there? So, with that being said, let's go to Wilberforce University and make it do what it do here. So here it is here. Oh my Lord, October 27th through November 2nd was their homecoming. Their mascots, the Bulldogs. All right now. Navigate 360 is the new student portal. And they also have a Wilberforce University apparel store. Shout out to that. A 350 new dorm campaign. Listen, talk about expansion. And right here, a closer look at our top rankings of recent changes. Earlier this year, Wilberforce University was highlighted as showing great value on the U.S. Department of Education's college scoreboard. So you mean the same U.S. Department of Education that 47 is trying to dismantle, and Linda McMahon confused AI with A1 steak sauce? That one? Wow. Wow. So here we go, everybody. Wilberforce University's remarkable affordability, a closer look at its top rankings and recent change. Earlier this year, Wilberforce University was highlighted as showing great value on the U.S. Department of Education's college scoreboard. At the time, Wilberforce was ranked among a handful of private and historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs. According to that ranking, Wilberforce University was among the leaders in graduation rates and low median total debt and tuition. Since then, the nation's first private HBCU was ranked as a Best Buy among Ohio private colleges and universities. Oh, by the way, did I mention that's the same U.S. Department of Education that said that nursing isn't a valid degree anymore? That same one said that Wilberforce University was among the leaders in graduation rates and low median total debt and tuition. Let me say this line right here two more times, or this sentence rather. Since then, the nation's first private HBCU was ranked a Best Buy among Ohio private colleges and universities. Since then, the nation's first private HBCU was ranked a Best Buy among Ohio private colleges and universities. According to the 2023-2024 Counselor's Guide that is published annually by the Association of Independent Colleges and Universities of Ohio, Wilberforce University was ranked number two for lowest tuition costs among 52 private colleges for the 2022-2023 academic year. The university was also ranked number one. Let me say that again. Number one for the lowest cost of room and board among the 52 institutions for the same period. In the fall of 2023, the university increased tuition along with room and board. This was the first tuition room and board increase at the university since 2012. However, even with the increase when compared to the rates charged by the other 52 private colleges and universities for 2022-2023, Wilberforce University still ranked number two for overall affordability. Wilberforce tuition for the 2023-2024 school academic year is $12,020. $12,020. Okay. Earlier this year, while reflecting on the number of colleges with higher tuitions, Wilberforce's president, Dr. Van Newkirk, said the university offers a quality education without a high tuition tag. His message to families, parents: if you're looking for a small, safe campus with excellent programs, look no further than Wilberforce University. University details: Ohio Independent College average for 2022-2023 was $49,700 $773, and for 2023, 2024, $49,773. And then right here, Wilberforce University cost $20,250, and then for 2023, 2024, $22,476. Mm, mm. And y'all, here are their programs right here. They have biology, business management, technology, computer engineering, computer science, criminal justice administration, digital humanities, political science and history, electrical engineering, entrepreneurship minor. I'm sure that will be a major in due time. Health and human services, humanities, psychology, rehabilitation services, social work, and non-licensure programs. That means you still gotta get the license, but at least you'll have a degree. Sociology and digital media, music, literature, and mass communication. That's what I'm talking about. Our people doing the business. Okay, that is awesome. I am loving this. You know how much I'm loving it? You really want to know? Let me tell you how much I'm loving it. Hang on, give me one moment.
McDonald's. I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
But you know what, though? I don't think that's good enough. I really don't think that's good enough. There's so many ways. You know, I could play actually, I can't play the happy song from Pharrell, but that would be the second thing I would do. But I think this third one will do just as good. Roll it.
Reinsurance.com.
So good.
So good.
So good is everywhere.
So good.
And while no one knows exactly where it started, for 70 years there's been only one way to describe the world's best chicken.
So good.
So good.
It's so good.
Help KFC celebrate 70 years. Get 4 free pieces of original recipe chicken with the purchase of any 10-piece meal or larger.
S-O-G-O-O-D good.
You heard the brother. He said so. SOGOOD good. Oh my God. So right here, of course, you have College of General and Foundational Studies Center for Academic Support and Student Success. First year experience program in collaboration with the Division of Student Engagement and Student Success. College of Arts and Sciences, College of Professional Studies, College of Graduate, Adult, and Continuing Education, Reaching Infinite Success for Educational Rise, Graduate Program in Rehabilitation Counseling, the Remrit E. Stokes Learning Resources Center and Informational Commons Library, and the Office of Cooperative Education. And then here are all the programs to study. So Wilberforce University offers the Bachelor of Arts BA degree and Bachelor of Science degrees in undergraduate programs to study known as majors, 1 minor entrepreneurship, and a Master of Science MS degree in 1 graduate program to study. The following are the degree granting programs to study: accounting, biochemistry, biology, business management, technology, civil engineering, computer information systems, computer science, criminal justice administration, digital humanities, there's the digital part, digital media, electrical engineering, entrepreneurship as a minor, environmental engineering, health and human services, humanities, information systems management, kinesiology, literature management, marketing, shout out to the marketers out there, mass communications, mathematical sciences, music, organizational management, political science, psychology, rehabilitation services, social work, non-licensure program, and sociology. Right here, we no longer offer a standalone degree. So wherever you see the asterisk, that's where they no longer offer a standalone degree. We do offer concentrations under business management, technology, Bachelor of Science, and digital humanities, Bachelor of Arts degree consolidation, music, humanities, literature, communications, and media studies. Graduate program, clinical rehabilitation counseling. So there is that there. And of course, right here, this was their schedule here for November of 2025. Now we are in December right here. So fall graduation date. New Rise student orientation of the 4th, so that already passed. You got winter break, and then December Esther final exams. So there it is there. So yes, indeed. Like I said, we're giving time to this. I definitely wanted to make sure that that this university gets the time that they deserve for sure. So yes, indeed. And by the way, they do have federal work study still. I know that could have been cut, but thank God it hasn't. And of course, the Pell Grant is still available. Now, I think the Parent Plus loans are changing and different loans are changing, so please be aware of that. They do have university scholarships. So presidential excellence scholarships. So nominees must be entering freshmen. First come, first served basis, 3.75 GPA or higher. Full tuition, $12,020. So basically, just that's free tuition. Awards are for 8 semesters. How long are the awards given? 8 semesters, fall and spring only. Students must complete the FAFSA annually, maintain full-time enrollment status, which is usually about 12 hours, and maintain a cumulative of a GPA of 3.5. Right here, presidential merit scholarships, first come, first served basis with a GPA of 3.5 or higher. Half tuition, $6,010 per semester. Same thing, all 8 semesters. Fall and spring only. You got to complete the FAFSA annually, maintain full-time enrollment status, and maintain cumulative GPA at 3.25. And then, of course, Wilberforce University academic scholarships. First come, first serve. First must be first freshman or transfer. So if you're a transfer student, you can do this scholarship. 3.25 GPA or higher, $3,200 per semester. And how long are the awards given? For 8 semesters, and you got to complete the FAFSA, full-time enrollment status, and maintain cumulative GPA of 3.0. So those are the scholarships there. Then, of course, the Pell Grant is available. Federal Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant. This is for exceptional financial need. You also have the Teach Grant if you plan to be a teacher in a high needed field. And then there's the Afghanistan service count. But your parent, if you're not eligible for a Pell Grant, but your parent or guardian was a member of the U.S. forces and died as a result of service performed in Iraq or Afghanistan after 9/11, you may be eligible for this grant. And yes, less than a half-time students are eligible for Pell Grant, the Teach Grant, the financial need grant, and the Iraq Afghanistan service grant. Then you have the Ohio Opportunity Grant Program. This is for low to moderate income families. The Ohio Instructional Grant, the Ohio Choice Grant, the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency, District of Columbia Tuition Service Grant, and the District of Columbia Tuition Leveraging Educational Assistance Leadership Assistance Partnership, right? And I will just say this to the Ohio Lottery: could y'all just make the Ohio Lottery scholarship a thing? Because Arkansas has been doing it for a long damn time, even though I can't stand their damn governor, whose daughter said to her own mother, "One day, Mommy, you could be pretty." I gotta give credit where credit is due. With that being said, okay, yep, all those are there. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. There's some other scholarships here, y'all. There's some other scholarships. So of course we talked about that one. Board of Trustees. $7,000, 3.25 GPA, be a first-time entering freshman, have a minimum ACT score of 24 or SAT score of 1090, enroll and complete 30 semester hours each academic year, maintain 3.25 GPA. Right here, Wilberforce Bulldog Scholarship, $4,000, have a 3.0. Minimum score of 21 on the ACT or SAT score of 980, $4,000, be a first-time entering freshman, 30 hours each academic year, and maintain a GPA of 3.0. Freshman Excellence Scholarship amount, $1,500, be a first-time entering freshman, 2.8 to 2.99 GPA. Minimum score 18 to 20 on ACT and SAT score of 860 to 970. one-time award. Then you have the AME Scholarship. You have to be a member of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, have a signed letter from your pastor verifying your active church membership, have a 2.5 GPA scale, and enroll as a full-time student with a minimum of 12 credit hours per semester. Submit the FAFSA each academic year required by deadline, have a 2.5 GPA, and that scholarship is $4,000. And then, of course, there's a sibling scholarship, $2,500, first-time entering freshman, 3.5 GPA, have a minimum ACT score of 26 or SAT score of 1170. Like I said, full-time minimum, 12 hours, 12 credit hours per semester, cumulative GPA of 2.5, and submit that FAFSA annually. That's $2,500. And then legacy scholarship, first-time freshman, have at least one parent who's a graduate of Wilberforce University, documentation proving your family relationship, your parents' graduation from Wilberforce University. Ensure your parents are active in a recognized alumni chapter or financial donor to the university within the past 12 months. 2.7 GPA, be enrolled in full-time to maintain scholarship, full-time minimum 12 credit hours, maintain cumulative GPA 2.7 or higher, submit FAFSA every academic year. So there is that there. And like I said, y'all, sincerely, I really do love being able to do deep dives like this. And this is the total tuition and fees here. So term one here, $8,224. Same thing here. And I will read term one and term two because they're both the same price. Tuition, $7,359 there. General fee, $258. Student health fee rather, $331. Books, $165. The technology fee, $111. So that together, $14,718 for tuition, $516 for general fee, student health fee, $662, $330 for books, technology fee, $222. So the charge, $16,448. There you go. Right there. And then full-time graduate assistants here, part-time tuition. Then they have residence halls. They have 4 of them. It looks like it's the same across the board. So Henderson Hall, Living Learning Center module, and Anderson Hall. And then they have resident halls room. So Residence Hall, Byfield, Turner Hall, Antioch, Payne, Henderson Hall, Living Learning Center, Hunter Hall, and Green Hall. So it looks like for Henderson Hall, Living Learning Center, Hunter Hall, Green Hall, those are the two same prices of $2,445. Payne is $2,545. Antioch is $2,695. And Byfield Turner Hall, $2,945 there. So of course your board there, $1,837. Cafeteria meals here, board effective. Okay, up that date. Gotcha. Okay. So it looks like it's very affordable. And then of course your rehabilitation counseling program. They really have tried to make this affordable. They really have. And then adult continuing education, very affordable there for you all. And like I said here, admission fees, and so enrollment fee is $75. Now, here is a tip. Okay, just want y'all to know this. If there is a college fair, and this goes to freshmen, transfers, and even adults, I believe. If you go to a college fair, check to see if they are waiving the fees, because sometimes they will actually waive the fees at the fair. So you can apply for Wilberforce University or any university for free, but just make sure you do your research, okay? So yes, indeed there. Let's see what the campus dining is like. Let me make sure that's everything. Okay, that's everything. Okay, let's see what campus dining is like. Because that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. All right, so here is Wilberforce campus dining. So they have the City Market Eatery, Very nice. They got brunch on the weekends. My kind of people. Y'all do mimosas? I'm sorry. Listen, I had to ask. Let's see the menu here. I know what you're doing. Why am I extra? I asked myself the same question. Okay, here are the menus here. So you can build your own omelet. They got continental breakfast here. They got turkey and veggie sausage. So shout out to that. They do have vegan options there. So they got passport flavors. You can build your own burger. They got peach cobbler. Okay, so if your child goes to this school, they got peach cobbler. Okay, they got cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, build your own salad bar, build your own sandwiches. They got sauteed kale, pasta, sauteed mushroom. They got some stuff. So the menu, of course, changes. So as you can see here, they got barbecue chicken pizza, cinnamon toast crunch cereal bar, funfetti cupcake with vanilla frosting. That's me all day. Okay, that's me all day. Child, let them have some ribs. It'll be game over. Or maybe I'm asking for a little too much for ribs. They got a honey bun cake. You know, I'm not mad. Not mad. But also, too, let me just say this too. Regardless if you go to a HBCU or not, remember, the university is a platform. It's up to you on how you move, right? So don't let that determine what school you go to, right? And there are plenty of successful people from HBCUs that are making it do what it do. Michael Strahan went to Texas Southern. Megan Thee Stallion went to Texas Southern. There are plenty of people that did that. And also, too, remember what Beyonce did? She never went to HBCU, but she threw down Coachella, and she's been giving way back to HBCU. So don't let that determine your destination. We got all this here. Starbucks, okay. All right, listen. That is what's up. Shout out to y'all. Yes, indeed. So like I said, if you want more information on Wilberforce University, I will drop the link in the chat. I love doing shows like this for sure. So yes, indeed. Of course, if you want that article, is in my description box below. So yes, indeed. Here, let me see. What do the dorms look like? Okay, here it is here. Here are the dorms right here. Some of them right there. That's very nice. And also, too, I do believe that you can be a RA. Now, being a RA means that you can also get free room and board. But you also got to work, too. Okay? So, yes, indeed. Student activities. They got intramural programs. They got the Student Center, of course, there. They have a AME Women's Missionary Society chapel. That is awesome. Of course, mailroom, cafeteria, games, and TV. Student Government Association conference room as well. The athletics. The Bulldogs. Here we go. So they got basketball. They got gymnastics as well. I think that might be it. Let's see here. Teams, men's teams. So they have basketball, cross country, track and field. They have, for the men, that's what they have: basketball, cross country, track and field. Women's basketball, cross country, gymnastics, track and field, and volleyball. And then they got co-ed teams, cheer and dance, but no football team. No football team, though. But that's okay, though. You know, I mean, it takes a lot of money to do a football program. I remember UALR was trying to figure out how to do a football program. That's the University of Arkansas in Little Rock. They were trying to figure out how to do that. So hopefully that'll happen, because I would love to go to a game sometime if I ever, go back home to visit, or maybe move back home. But, life has a funny way of working things out. I love Ohio, and Ohio's home too, but I do think about my hometown a lot. But the fact that I'm in the state with the oldest historically black-owned university, privately owned at that, very well done. So, shout out to Wilberforce University. All right, y'all. Let's keep going with this bonus tour here. Shout out to rollingout.com once again, celebrating 25 years. On to the next 25. Ladonna Raeh knows the power of being heard. WVON 1690 AM co-host and branding consultant turns discernment into Chicago's most authentic mic. There she is with that beautiful smile there. In a media landscape cluttered with voices competing for attention, Ladonna Raeh has mastered something rare, the art of making people feel heard. As the co-host of the afternoon show and producer of the Wake Up Show Chicago on WVON 1690 AM, Ladonna operates at the intersection of legacy radio and modern media innovation, but her real work, the work that defines her career, happens in spaces between the commercial breaks where connection becomes currency, authenticity becomes strategy. I chose this path after being inspired by Chicago's radio legends and realizing the power of voice and storytelling to impact communities. Ladonna explains that inspiration translates into a multifaceted career spanning media personality, actress, producer, voiceover artist, and branding consultant through her firm, The Raeh Consulting. She's also host of the Ladonna Raeh Show on YouTube. Actually, let me pull that up quick so we can give her shine here, because we do actually promote people, people who are about the business of integrity, responsibility, and accountability. So, Issa Rae said, "I'm rooting for everybody black." But I would ask her though, does that include Amanda Seals? Listen, it's a question. So here is Ladonna Raeh right here. Shout out to her. This is her channel here, so shout out to her. Then of course, her website. Let me showcase that as well. It's loading now. And here she is here. Very nicely done. I am loving it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Awesome, awesome stuff. And listen, it's not about how you, well, actually it is about how you start, but also too, it's how you move determines how you finish. So shout out to this. This is beautiful. This is awesome right here. Great stuff right here. Let's get back to that wonderful article there. Here we go. On YouTube, where her reach extends, and by the way, it's the Ladonna Raeh Show on YouTube, where her reach extends beyond Chicago's airways into the digital spaces where modern artists live multiple brands, multiple platforms, one mission, helping others be seen, heard, and celebrated. Superpowers that actually matter. When asked to identify her superpowers as a Black woman in media, Ladonna doesn't reach for buzzwords or inspirational platitudes. She names 3 qualities that define her work: discernment, vision, and empathy. I see what others overlook and use that insight to amplify voices, solve problems, and create meaningful impact, she says. I connect with people across all walks of life and truly hear them on air or behind the scenes. I'm always building bridges through authentic connection and creative strategy. That combination, the ability to see what's missing, imagine what's possible, and connect with people across differences, is precisely what makes her effective. In an industry where surface level engagement masquerades as connection, Ladonna's approach feels revolutionary because it's actually genuine. The advice she needed to hear, like most successful women who have had to create their own paths, Ladonna has wisdom she wishes she could deliver to her younger self. Don't wait for permission or validation. Trust your gut, speak your truth, walk into every room knowing you belong. Every no is just a step closer to a divine yes. It's funny she says that because my mom, and I said this to her, like, my mom, she moves as though she makes herself a yes when everyone else says no. And so I've adopted that. So I always move like I'm a yes when everyone else says no. So Very, very wise there. This is not motivational poster talk. That's battlefield intelligence from someone who's navigated spaces that weren't designed for Black women to lead, but yet made room for others anyway. When asked what makes her unique as an African-American female leader, Ladonna identifies adaptability, intuition, and cross-audience communication as her skills. I blend emotional intelligence with strategic thinking to lead teams, manage productions, and guide clients to growth. Also understand how to move in spaces that weren't designed for us, but yet still make room for others. Translation: she's fluent in code switching without losing herself, strategic without sacrificing authenticity, and successful without pulling up the ladder behind her. And there is a thing as code switching in our culture, but I would say this: each platform requires a different energy. So you're basically platform matching. The way that I am on here with Brainley's virtual tour live would not be the same way that I would be on, for example, this show.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh, good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
This energy could not be on that show. Because for one, it's 7 o'clock in the damn morning. Number two, that fuels a lot of ABC News, Disney, and ABC, right? So the heavier the crown, the more responsibility it is to wear it, right? So but I think Ladonna, while she is doing code switch, I also think that she's platform matching as well. The achievement that actually matters, Ladonna's proudest achievement isn't measured in ratings or contracts, though she's earned both. Producing and co-hosting live radio shows on a legendary station like WVON while still running my own consulting agency gives me the greatest sense of fulfillment, she acknowledges. But then comes the real answer. What I'm most proud of is helping others recognize their own power, whether that's a client landing their first contract or I guess realize their voice matters. That's the thorough line. In everything Ladonna does, from podcasting to public speaking, media production to business consulting, her work centers one truth. Everyone has a story worth telling, but not everyone knows how to tell it or believes anyone wants to listen. Ladonna's job, her actual job beyond the tiles and platforms, is changing that equation. She empowers creators and entrepreneurs through storytelling, artificial intelligence, integration, brand development, using tools that meet people where modern business actually happens. Why this matters, WVON 1690 AM is legendary Chicago radio, the kind of station where voices that shape the city's culture first found their audience. That Ladonna produces and co-hosts there while simultaneously building her consulting practice and YouTube presence proves something important. You don't have to choose between honoring legacy and embracing innovation. You can do both. You can be on AM radio and YouTube. You can respect tradition while building something new. You can move through spaces that weren't designed for you while making sure those who come after you find easier paths. Ladonna Raeh does it all with discernment, vision, empathy, superpowers that sound soft until you see them change outcomes. Chicago radio is better because she's honoring the clients she serves. They are winning because she saw what they couldn't see yet, their own power waiting to be claimed. Well, first of all, shout out to RollingOut.com for this, and great job by Jason Chase, the author of this article, and also to the author of same author, Jason Chase. Shout out to you, brother. Great job. Sincerely, I really want to give a shout out to every Black woman in media who is not malogrograms, who's about accountability, responsibility, and integrity. Shout out to y'all, but there are so many Black women in media, and not to mention my pocket minority, indigenous people of color, making it do what it do. And shout out to all of the Black men in media as well, and my pocket minority, indigenous people of color as well, because at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, anybody can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. Oh wait, that's from our anthem. But also too, with that being said, just because you call yourself new media doesn't mean that the culture will receive it. There's a lot of people that give themselves titles, but yet they are not about the business of being responsible for what they do. So yes, indeed, there. So yes, indeed, great stuff today. Let's look at Ladonna Raeh's website here. So we'll go through her pages here just to give her some love here. So here's her about page here. So here she is here. And I will read the whole intro here. Do not mind. Ladonna Raeh is more than a media personality. She's a force in entertainment, radio, and storytelling with a voice that resonates, a presence that captivates, a passion that drives purpose. Ladonna Raeh brings decades of experience across radio, television, film, and live performance to every microphone she touches. Inspired by Chicago's radio scene and legends at 107.5 WGCI FM Chicago. We played the hits. That was the home of Tom Joyner and Doug Banks. For those of you who don't know, Tom Joyner, he would do a morning show from 6 to 10 a.m. on, K104. And then he would fly to Chicago, because at that time it wasn't any ISD lines where you could call in. No, he actually flew back and forth from Dallas to Chicago for 6 years. That's why he's named the Fly Jock. Ladonna Raeh began her journey behind the scenes as an intern and board operator at 103.5 FM WBTU in 2000, working with Gene Airman Phillips. Her early days of taking listener calls, loading commercials, and editing audio gave her a solid foundation, sparked a love for media that never left. She broke into acting in 2004 with Roll Bounce and earned the title as an actress with a powerful role from Slavery to the White House in 2023. Go ahead. I did not know about that. Know about Roll Bounce. But her storytelling roots go deeper. In 2012, Ladonna Raeh launched her acclaimed podcast, Life in the Public Figure, interviewing iconic voices like Dionne Warwick, Full Force, Big Daddy Kane, Lyndon Johnson, and more, celebrating them in life rather than waiting for legacy. Her passion for honoring others led her to over 55,000 dedicated listeners. Ladonna Raeh's voice has been heard nationally, whether singing on the Steve Harvey show. I'm guessing that's the sitcom, not the Steve Harvey Morning Show, but I'm sure she's probably been there too. Narrating audiobooks like Breaking Point by Yara St. John, or serving as the voice of the Dallas Art District. As a writer, producer, and director, she brings stories to life, including music videos like Kana Das Is Here For You. Currently, Ladonna Raeh is the co-host of the afternoon show and the Wake Up Chicago show on 1690 AM WVON, where she also produces. She continues to lead engaged conversations as host and producer of the Ladonna Raeh Show on YouTube, featuring celebrity interviews, creators, change makers, whether behind the mic or in front of the camera. Ladonna Raeh is a storyteller at heart, connecting with audiences, creating space for voices to be heard, and keeping it real every step of the way. Awesome stuff there. And of course, if you want to be her guest here, just bringing up these tabs here. So right here, let's see here. So right here, so this is how you can book your interview here. So you can do the afternoon show, Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. If you're looking to promote a product, service, event, or initiative, this one's for you. But with this one important note, this is a paid promotional platform. We respect the value of WVON's airway, so guests looking for promotion will need to contribute as advertisers. If you're ready to invest in exposure, this is a top-tier opportunity to reach a dedicated audience of engaged listeners. So the Wake Up Show Chicago on Saturdays, 9 to 10 a.m. on WVON. This platform is focus on Black business empowerment, policy, economic elevation. If you're a business owner, nonprofit leader, an elected official, or community advocate, interested in economic development, government contracting, then this show is built for you. Bonus points if you are a member of the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce or want to be. Relationshipping. Weeknights after 8 p.m. Relationships are at the center of everything: love, family, sex, community, work, and identity. On Relationshipping, co-host Lorenzo T. Hughes and I explore all of it with a blend of humor, honesty, and insight. If you have a story or want to unpack something real, this is your space. And then number 4, the Ladonna Raeh Show, weekday mornings, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then weeknights after 8 p.m. and Fridays all day. This is the most flexible platform, open to authors, artists, entrepreneurs, activists, influencers, educators, or anyone with a voice worth hearing, from deep conversations to lighthearted fun. This is where storytelling meets impact, so you click here for the guest forum. This forum helps us match you with the right show. You answer a few questions, and based on your answers, we'll recommend where to schedule you for an interview. Let's match you with a direct link to pick a date and time that works for you. Fair, easy, fair, intentional. Each of these shows serves a different purpose. They all serve the same mission: to amplify voices that deserve to be heard. Whether you are promoting, educating, inspiring, just being real, there's a seat for you at the mic, ready to speak life into your story. Book your interview now. So there it is. Then, of course, sponsorship here. Why be a sponsor of the Ladonna Raeh Show? Deep engagement. Our listeners don't just scroll, they stay. Trusted voice when Ladonna speaks. People listen at bold alignment. If your brand stands for truth, power, real connection, this is your mic. Sponsorship packages. We offer flexible, high-impact opportunities tailored to your marketing goals. Mid-episode mentions, voiceover by Ladonna Raeh herself. Product/service integration during interviews. Blog and email features, live event shout-outs, social media boost campaigns. Want something custom? Let's talk about what you need. You're not just getting impressions, you're getting influence. Our past sponsors love us because our audience trusts us. That trust turns into clicks, conversations into conversions. Ladonna's audience is smart, loyal, and energized. Sponsoring her show was one of our smartest brand moves. So there you go there. You got under 500, 5,000, 2,500, and 2,500 plus. And then, of course, if you want to contact her, there you go, your name, email, subject, and your message there. So how cool is that? I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Y'all, sincerely, I love what we do over here. I appreciate everybody for being here. Definitely wanted to come back as quickly as I could to give you guys this bonus tour, because it's important to recognize the good that is happening in the neighborhood. And like I said, when you move on purpose with integrity and you're being about your responsibility, everything will be a-okay. So with that being said, let me play our anthem real quick, and we'll be back right after this. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Pray lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean in, feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Pray lonely's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced, and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to the people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not being seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
What's understood does not need to be explained. That is exactly who we are. So thank you to everybody who came through. I hope that you learned something new. Shout out to Ladonna Raeh. Let me put her link in the live chat as well here. Check her out on YouTube, the Ladonna Raeh Show, as well. I will put that link as well into the live chat as well. So, and shout out to Ladonna for getting that feature on rollingout.com, and also to shout out to Wilberforce University for being the oldest, longest running, and blackity black owned HBCU in existence since being founded in 1856. Shout out to y'all. Yes, indeed. With that being said, one love, much love, all love. I feel love is in the right back to you. Of course, tonight, Potomac, 6 o'clock. Gotta get ready to watch the episode, and child, we'll talk. We always do. And then, of course, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, get ready for Married to Medicine as well. So, a lot going on in the world. Hopefully, you are engaging with the world today as well. One love, much love, all love. Once again, I feel love. It's in the right back to you. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's faith. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's faith. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child Bradley over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Bradley over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Bradley over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.